Thank you very much. I am also speaking on behalf of the Civil Society FfD mechanism. I'm just going to respond to 3 issues that were raised in the discussion today. First, we've heard that some members discuss a fear of duplication, but as the IMF so often reminds us, the IMF is not a development institution. It considers itself to be prevented from directly supporting human rights, and as we've heard last week and today, it's now recommitting to its so-called core functions. So what institution exactly is left to ensure debtor countries have a voice in debt restructurings, for example, or that policy advice helps create an enabling macroeconomic environment for the fulfillment of the 2030 agenda, climate commitments, and human rights? We don't see any duplication there. We've also heard about the fund's role in tackling debt challenges. During the negotiations of the Summit of the Future, member states requested the IMF to review gaps in the global debt architecture. Then, a few months later, the IMF decided that this paper will not, in fact, address gaps in the global debt architecture and discuss proposals such as a sovereign debt workout mechanism, but will be limited to the role that private creditors play in today's debt landscape. Why? Because it already knows that some of its largest members don't like these types of proposals, so it's decided that's not worth discussing. What does that tell us about the role the IMF plays as a trusted expert institution that even-handedly works for all its members? Finally, we also heard discussion on the progress of IMF governance reforms. The latest announcement that we also heard about today actually pushes back promises made to make progress on IMF quota realignment by this June. Instead, the latest promise is for this to now happen by spring next year, once again pushing this can down the road. The events of the last week should leave us all with one very clear message heading into Sevilla, namely that it's ill-advised and dangerous for global economic decision-making to rely on institutions that have such undemocratic governance structures. Thank you.